want to do a quick reaction while my dogs is out here getting their daily activity. Over here, Daffy. So, Timothy Bradley, right? Hall of Famer. Let's give him his flowers, his accomplishment. World champion, now top rank analyst. They about to leave ESPN, so I'll just put top rank. But he's an analyst commentator, weighing in on Jerome Boots Ennis, a possibility of fighting Teofimo Lopez, and gave his assessment on Jerome Boots Ennis. Now you see what I put as my thumbnail title is Timothy Bradley running the play. You know, now the reason why I say it's Timothy Bradley running the play, rest in peace to the late, great Cameron Duncan. He managed Timothy Bradley. Cameron Duncan Cameron Duncan also used to manage Jerome Boots Ennis. And when you listen to Timothy Bradley speak about Jerome Ennis giving his assessment about how Boots Ennis hasn't fought no elite fighters and Teofimo has fought elite fighters. The same system as far as matchmaking with Cameron Duncan, Timothy Bradley also came underneath that, man. So that's why I say is he running the play. But in his assessment, though, check me out, right? In his assessment, I feel like he's spot on a couple of things, many things that he spoke on in regards to Teofimo Lopez, right? When he says that Teofimo Lopez, resume-wise, has fought the more elite competition. But it goes back to what I was saying about my guy CW, right? And I'm gonna start getting in my bag and really set tripping with this. A lot of times guys be saying certain fighters are elite, right? And maybe they are, maybe they not. It's all about how the mediumship is programmed. Because I've been in the gyms, and like I said, I seen guys, you be like, yo, where they find him at on the street, beat an elite guy up. It might not be his day in the gym, right? But it's like, damn, he's elite. How is this guy, nobody knows that, about basically a journeyman, a nigga off the street, coming there hold court with him? So I get it, though, what Tim is saying. When the lights is bright and, you know, the circumstances is different, Teofimo has faced the more elite fighters, Lomachenko, Josh Taylor, these elite guys, right? Under the standards. Champions, undisputed champions, unified champions. So they will be considered elite guys. Teofimo has taken these guys down, right? But as far as Boots Ennis, right? And not fighting elite fighters, I say that's a crock of shit, right? Because when you look at who Boots Ennis has shared the ring with, maybe not on the professional ranks, but amateur-wise and sparring and all that, he's been in there with the cream of the crop too. Like Boots Ennis' last loss in the amateurs is to one of the hottest guys right now, considered at 140, Gary Antoine Russell, right? Who's a champion. A champion. I just think, like I said, me personally, and Tim gave his opinion, I'm giving my opinion. I think Tim is running the play. I think he's running the play, right? No, Daffy, over here. Over here. Get over here. I think Tim is running the play, man. I think Tim Bradley wants to see Teofimo Lopez get beat up. He's gonna put the battery in in Teofimo Lopez's back, right? I do still think it's a good fight, but he was spot on with the aspect of the experience, right? With the guys, Tio having the more experienced resume, but I just think that and the other stuff that he was saying about Boots crossing his feet, he said the same thing about Jihad Tucker crossing his feet, right? Certain fighters, that's their style, right? Just because you wasn't good at that, Tim, or you couldn't do that, Tim, it's different strokes for different folks. Look, like, see my guys out there, right? It's different strokes for different folks. Now, I feel like you want to see Teofimo get beat up, because I think if he fights Boots Ennis, and shout out to Junior and him and A-Team, I don't think he's gonna get beat up, man. That's a whole different ball game at 147, rehydrated 147s, and now with everything that Boots got going on, as far as the no hydration clause with the goddamn IBF and all of that, it's a different animal. It's a different animal, man. And I just think that styles make fights. Yes, Teofimo is an athletic fighter, but so is Boots Ennis. And the thing about what I like in Boots' favor, he's a much bigger, stronger, athletic fighter. Yeah. But Timothy Bradley, as far as his assessment with the experience and the resume, he checked that off. You can't even really argue or debunk that. Teofimo has been in there with the better quality elite opponents, if we judge off of what we judge elite off of, being champions and world-class fighting level. But that's resume wise. But in the gym, fighting, sparring, amateur wise, Boots Ennis has been in there with a who's a who too, man. With a who's a who too, man. But this is the Source Experience with my hounds. See my hounds? Look, Brownie's getting big, boy. Skin is coming back. I don't think he's ever going to catch up, man. She's a large breed mixture, and it's showing now. Because every time I think he's getting a little size, it seems like Daffy just sprouts up again on him, man. But, walking with the hounds. Walking with the hounds. We out here on the grounds. But yeah, that's just my reaction. Maybe I'll come on, when I do my live stream at the crib or something, and pull up some things. That's if I feel like it, man. You know what I mean? That's if I feel like it. Because truth be over here, Daffy. Come on. Over here. Over here. Because truth be told, talking boxing to me is getting rather boring. Because I just think like the jealous fan zone, it's just too much trash with boxing. I think it's just too many guys that are comfortable just coming online and hate groups and hate gatherings. And it really, like, I've been saying this about the brand killers, it brought the value down boxing conversations on the internet. Like, it's so many jealous ass content creator fans. Like, yo, if you nice at putting out content and it's not clicking for you in boxing, maybe start putting out other content. You know what I'm saying? Put out other content, because truth be told, a lot of the upper echelon fighters that you try to critique and knock, they're the creme de la creme, man. And when you really dealing with boxing, if you don't know the next crop that's coming, right? That's another thing that I want to say that Tim said that's spot on. A lot of you guys don't even really watch boxing. You don't even study it. You gotta study boxing, man. You guys wait for fighters to get hot, or wait for fighters to get what you think will get you in an algorithm. That's not the vibes, man. That's not the vibes, man. But hey, what do I know, man? That was just my little assessment. Ain't gonna stay on too long. And I just wanted to let my guys and girl over there, guy over here, come out, do a little walk around and stuff. But this is the Sauce Experience, man. The news. My Shine News. You do have options. Come on. Over here, this side. You do have options. Steffi! Come on. Side. Look, my hounds are trained. Inside. Come on. Inside. Look, you want to let her beat you in? Look, there you good girl. Inside. Up. Come on, Brownie. Come on. Up. Come on. Up. Good boy. Yeah, you remember when I used to take them on the deliveries with me? And when I used to take them on the deliveries with me, sit back, man. Sit back, dude. But how is the content looking now? But I think if they do fight, I think Boots Ennis will stop him, man. Truth be told. And then they're gonna say that he was too small. It was weight bullying. But I like the fight, man. But I'd rather see Tio fuck with the guys down there, man. There's some hitters down there. Africa. You also got, like I said, Gary Antoine, Russell. There's some hitters down there, man. But feel free to tap in and give your opinion, man. Shout out to the 6 that was in the building, the 10 and all that. Guys, ready? What up, man? David. Sauce Experience. How is the content looking now? I holla.